And today's topic, this hit me the other day. I was 30,000 feet in the air. I was moving along fast. I was sitting up in my mind. My mind was completely captive and free. And I started thinking about expansion, mind expansion. When I was in the mountains this past weekend, I started thinking about mind expansion. How when we listen to people that have done bigger things than us, that have gone to bigger places than us, that have pushed harder than us, we never go back to our original dimension. But if you never have that experience, if you never get stretched, if you never get expanded, if you never go outside of that, you always play small. And I remember a contract I had many years ago with the state of Tennessee in the prison system, actually. And there was a woman who used to catch me as I came in, and she always said the same thing. She said, you can't go big if little got you. And let me tell you something. Little got a whole lot of people. Little thinking, little action, little results. I know Alan Jackson had a song that used to say, it's all right to be little bitty. And I know I'm a little guy, but let me tell you something. Good things come in little packages. You can't go big if little got you. And so today we're going to talk about this. You have visions of brilliance. Trust me, I had them this weekend when I was in the mountains. I was up there with my family. I had visions that were this big. They were huge. But here's what happens. You see big, but you go small. You see big, but you go small. Why is that? You let people, strangers, family, friends, people close to you, beat the big out of you. Beat you down. Get you thinking, oh, that'll be too much. Here's what I hear. It'll cost too much. It'll take too long. It'll be too hard. You'll never be able to do that. None of the great people ever listen to that stuff, man. None of the great people ever let the world beat the big out of them. And maybe that's what you've been doing in your life, is the big has been beaten out of you because of whatever reason. You've let other people do it. Okay? So you've allowed other people to talk it out of you. Maybe you're scripted in scarcity. And I'm going back to my hometown of Woodbury, Tennessee to open a greatness factory there. Small town, 2,500 people. And it'll be interesting to see how many people accept that. The energy, the change, the movement, right? Maybe you've been scripted in scarcity. We're going to unpack that today. Maybe your whole life you had negative parents. Maybe you've been around negative people. Maybe you lived in lack programming, okay? Maybe this, you got no exposure. You're living in a fishbowl, a tiny little fishbowl, okay? And so how do you know that? You're caught up in the mundane and the trivial, in the small. And so how do I know if you let little get you, and you got little got you and you can't think big, is look at the size of your problems. Listen to your language. You know, I look at people's emails, and right out of the gate they got an excuse or they got a problem, and they're little bitty, small, tiny, trivial actions. You can't go big if you're going to focus on this. I think about my new Total Growth Academy. You're never going to make $830,000 a year if you're worried about spending $83 on your own, on yourself. I mean, on Friday afternoon, I was out in the mountains, and I'm calling people that have indicated interest in our Total Growth Academy. They're demo users. They're in there. They're on the car lot. And I'm like, man, I can't even believe I'm calling you about $83 a month. It's what is that, Brandon? $3 and what a day? $3.30 a day. And you're telling me that you ain't got $3.30 a day to spend on yourself? Listen, you can't go big if little got you. I need help. I need accountability. Okay, so today we're going to talk about why does a person need accountability. We're going to talk about the two types of accountability that you hear me talking about.